Good news, I got my big 2TB M.2 SSD in my computer now. I received it today, later than I would have liked, but still got it today. So I was able to install MX Linux on my machine. And I ran into a snag almost immediately. I have to say I was kind of expecting to have a few teething issues going into Linux and using it full time because, well, it's a different operating system and it's not... Say what you will, but it's not got the level of professional support that Windows has. So there are some things that are not going to work as well, and NVIDIA drivers are infamously wonky under Linux. And as it happens, I have an NVIDIA card. But I thought, it'll be fine, I'm sure. If I install the non-free driver, I'm sure I can get away with it. Installed it, and then my main monitor, well, first of all, it suggested that the input wasn't supported. Well, clearly it is, because it's working here in Windows. And then when I did get it working, it has green pixels all over it, like it's overheating. So I do not know what's going on. And it's a bit of a shame that I've barely used it like half an hour, and already I've got something quite major to diagnose and try and fix. Thankfully, it was one of the first things that I did, so I've not put tons of stock into it as yet, and not put tons of time into it. Installed a few retro themes, of course, but other than that, it's a fairly basic install. It's just that now I'm going to have to spend ages trying to A, look up the issue that I'm having, and B, try and find some sort of solution, because I don't even know where to start. And without the drivers, it's fine. It's just with the drivers, it suddenly goes all green, so there's something up with the driver. Anyway, hopefully I can find a solution, because I would have liked to have been using it now, but unfortunately I've had to jump back to Windows just because of that graphics driver issue. So hopefully that's something I can sort out tomorrow. Further bulletins as events warrant, I suppose. But prior to this I have been playing around with it in a virtual machine and it has been brilliant. So I'm looking forward to having that experience, but on my actual computer and not in a virtual machine. So that's that. In other news, Broken Circus now has a website after over 10 years. I've been toying around with putting a website up, and I've sort of flip-flopped the idea of having one and not having one. And, well, the stream last Friday did a shareware stream, and I was making a website in AOL Press, which is like a WYSIWYG editor, and it inspired me to make an actual proper website. So I've done that. Well, I've not done it, but I've got a nice framework down, and it's quite easy to edit. It's not as manual labour as it could be. I've done some nice templating and some automation with PHP, so that's really exciting. And that's up, so I will link to it at the end of the video. And I think I should probably change the link at the end of the video to link to my website instead. Perhaps I should make sure there's something there of use before I do that. There is my plans are I'm going to put a schedule up. I also want to put a stream schedule, that is. I want to put up a YouTube feed. And I did want to have like a what's new section, and I also wanted to have a community page with, well, my first thought is photo album, but that depends on if folks are happy with their photos being put on the internet. We'll see. I'm sure I've got plenty of pictures to share. But there's a lot I can do with the website that's specific to the circus, so that's going to be fun. And it's a good opportunity to learn some more PHP as well, which is something that I wanted to do for much longer than 10 years. So that's that. So yes, link will be at the end and in the description, and that's about it really. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.